would you like to get updates on Major League Baseball, National Football League, and even NASCAR racing? How about weather, anytime, anywhere? MapQuest navigational assistance, local TV, CNN, restaurant guides and ratings while you travel. All this fun stuff for just $9.99 a month. Come see us at any Southeastern Cellular location for the best deals ever.
Hey everybody, it's Barry Miller. Welcome to this week's episode of Big Boyz Toys. You know, you've been waiting on it. We're here, BJCC, Birmingham, Alabama. World of Wheels. We got vehicles coming from everywhere in here. I mean, all parts of the United States. I got a guy coming up. Well, he's actually got the first 3 vehicles that's coming up. His name's Lou, and hey, you got to meet this guy. He's a super guy. And the first thing you're going to see on this show is a motorcycle, a trike that he built. And you know, if you watch the show and you look at this trike, it's got to touch you, so you don't want to miss this first interview. We'll be right back with Big Boyz Toys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for Big Boyz Toys. Tonight, your host Barry Miller will bring you the sleekest, trimmest automobiles from around the area that have been beautifully restored. If you love streamlined, full-force race cams, then this show is for you. So sit back, but don't get too relaxed. This is Big Boyz Toys.
Looking for great savings on new and pre-owned cars and trucks? Then head on over to Ron Newton Pontiac Cadillac GMC. Our courteous and knowledgeable sales team is ready to show you our huge selection of cars and trucks at out-the-door prices. Don't settle for our competition's offer. At Ron Newton Pontiac Cadillac GMC, we're committed to sales, service, and customer satisfaction. So head on over to Ron Newton's. We'll treat you right. That's Ron Newton Pontiac Cadillac GMC, top of the hill, Quintard.
Welcome back. First vehicle, Lou Winters, 2006, Boss Hoss. I told you, you don't want to miss this thing. Lou, welcome to Big Boyz Toys.
Thank you.
When you come in, we come in Wednesday night, moved in Thursday morning. That's the first thing I seen, and I looked for you, and I finally found you. Tell us about this bike, because I know it's got history and all in it, but that is one of the most prettiest bikes I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you very much. Chris Cruz from DeLand, Florida, done the artwork on this bike, and it is a tribute bike. We are paying tribute to the Vietnam veterans. We're saying thank you to the 2.7 million that served, and we're saying and paying honor to the 58,253 names that are on the wall.
Right.
And
the paint job, how long did it take to do that paint job?
he worked on the paint about 3 months. And
now you're from Tennessee. Did you go back and forth and have to look at it?
you know, when I left it there, he told me he didn't want to see me until it was finished. So I didn't see it. I was like you. I didn't see it until I walked in. And when I left, I gave him a bunch of pictures and told him how I wanted the bike to come out. And I told him, I said, what I want it to do is to bring cold chill bumps to a Vietnam veteran or bring tears to his eyes. And it did mine when I first seen it. So, you know, it's so amazing that he put so much time into this bike, because when we first started, he was, you know, I told him what I wanted to do, and he said, oh, okay, we'll do this, you know. But the more he got into it, the more the guys from around the community came in that were Vietnam veterans, and they started looking, and they started telling him things about how this was supposed to be and how that was supposed to be. And what we did, we wound up with each scene on this bike is an actual scene of the Vietnam War, and it's all documented there. And you can get down to seeing the veins in the arms, the shoelaces on the shoes, the soles, the hand grenade pins that are coming out, the bullets that are going out, they're smoking. He just went overboard.
Yeah,
making
3
it happen.
months. 3 months is a long time. Now, you put all the chrome on the bike. Did it come like that except the paint?
No, we had all of it done. The bike came with a different body. We took the 32 body off. We put the 41 Willis on it. We stretched the front end, chromed the frame, chromed all the motor and everything. Put a different tank on it, different gauges. So Mountain Boss House in Pennsylvania done the upfit for it, and they just went over the top with it.
And you people sitting there looking at it, don't let you think your eyes are deceiving you. Tell them what kind of motor's on it.
That's a 502 Chevrolet, 502 horsepower with twin nitrous.
Twin nitrous with a 502 with 3 wheels. And he says it's kind of hard to spin a wheel, ain't it?
Oh, it is. It just wants to get up and go.
It just wants to take off. Does the front end want to come up?
No, I haven't had the front end come up. It's got a 4-bar suspension system on it, and it just raises up and goes.
Well, you got a 502 big block sitting there, so it ain't gonna come up.
That's
a lot.
right. It's got a lot of weight.
The regular bikes maybe a jump up. The regular trikes because they got the motorcycle bike. Anything else you want to do to it? I know you said you went. What's some of the places you took it?
Well, we've been to Biketoberfest in Daytona, showed it there. We went to Chattanooga, showed it in Chattanooga World of Wheels. Then we just came back from Pomona, California with it, and we're here, and we got an invitation with the Monster Garage to show this in May, somewhere in May, in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, to welcome the Iraqi troops back home.
I was talking to Fred earlier, and I told him while you was up here, you're a firm believer in hot flash.
Oh, we are.
So
that
we
that
put
works.
it up here.
That works.
I know he's got your pictures of his bike and all over on his display, and I said, well, while he's up there, we're going to talk about that. That's some of the best wax I've ever seen.
Well, I met Fred in Chattanooga, and our bikes seemed like the bike looked like it was shiny and everything, and you could see the lights in it, and they looked a little dull, and we put a hot flash on it, and as soon as we did that, it's just like you turned a light on it. It's the best product I've ever seen.
And he's got a 55 and another coupe coming up shortly. We're going to show you what it does to it too. Tell you what, good looking bike. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with Big Boyz Toyz. Y'all sit there. If you need something to drink, hurry up and get it because he's got a 55 coming up next you don't want to miss. We'll be right back.
Best kept secret in Anniston, Alabama. Romine's Annistonian Restaurant, 1709 Noble Street, Anniston, right across Administration Building, has got that country lunch special each and every day, meat and vegetables. Sunday buffet, all you can eat from 11 to 4, only $6.99. They got catfish, they got steaks, they got fried chicken, barbecue. They're the home of the off to the bone barbecue. They got hamburgers, hot dogs, pork chops, you name it, they got it. Specialties in desserts, Black and Forest cake, pecan pie, cheesecake. They got it. They're the #1 location for German cuisine also. Stop by today. Tell them you want some of that great German food Barry Miller sent you by. Bates Food Mart right on Quintard Avenue, right beside China Luck before you go into Anniston. BP dealer for this area. Stop by and see Victor or Danielle Bates today for all of your convenience store needs. They have cigarette specials each and every week. Coke specials, whether it be the 12-pack or the liter, they're always on special at Bates Food Mart. Hey, also you notice he's got just about anything you need in that store. Snacks, cold beer, wines, all kinds of wines, specialty wines. Stop by today, see him, tell him Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toyz sent you by. You know, Piggly Wiggly, that's a name you've heard ever since you was a child. I've heard it since I was a child. It's a grocery store above all grocery stores. It has just about anything you want in the Piggly Wiggly stores. Go by the local Piggly Wiggly store in Odenville, Center, Cedar Bluff, Collinsville, and the brand new store down in Asheville, and tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toyz sent you by, and you want to see how much money you can save on your grocery bill. They have a meat department and a fresh produce department in each and every store, fresh produce each and every day, and they cut their meat right there on their location. Tell them I sent you by. You know, Christmas is over. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and you want to buy that special piece of jewelry for that special person? Stinson and Howard Fine Jewelers, downtown Oxford, downtown Piedmont, and downtown Heflin is the place you need to go. They have gold, they have white gold, they have silver, they have diamonds, all types of diamonds, any kind of diamond you want, they got it right there. Watch repair, jewelry repair, they even make jewelry. They say if you can draw it, they can make it. Special Harley pieces on sale for Valentine's Day, so stop by Stinson's today, tell them I sent you by. Mount Hall Harley Davidson, right here in Oxford, Alabama, Davis Loop Road. They're your Harley Davidson dealer for this area. In my opinion, they're a Harley Davidson dealer all areas. Stop by and see Keith or George today. They have about 40 Harleys on display. Buy a new Harley. They have used Harleys. Clothes, you people like the Harley leather. They got any type of Harley clothing you want. Helmets, you name it, it's right there. All you guys with Harleys want to put that extra chrome on that brand new Harley. They got any type of chrome you could want. Stop by Mount Charles Harley Davidson today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toyz sent you by. Looking for a classic car? Don't know where to look? I got the answer for you. Austin Hines Motors in Arab, Alabama. Austin has 55, 56, 57 Chevrolets, Camaros, Chevelles, Novas, Corvettes. Any type of classic car you could want, he has it in one location. They have over 100 classic cars in stock. They also have cars that you can rebuild yourself and restore yourself right there at that location. He's also the largest wrecker and rollback dealer for this area. So call Austin today, 256-931-2277. Tell him I told you to call.
Next vehicle, 1955 Chevrolet, Lou Winters. Lou, welcome back to Big Boyz Toyz. Y'all notice y'all got T, me and Lou ain't moved. We're sitting right here. Tell me about your 55.
55 is a different kind of car. It was an original 56,000 mile, 6-cylinder straight shift car. Car had never been painted. It was just one of a kind to find, and we took it and we customized it and just tried to make it special for us.
And you come down the escalator, you can't miss this 55. I mean, it's when you start down the escalator, you see it sitting there. What color orange you call that?
That's a Hot Hues Tango.
Hot Hues Tango.
Yes, sir.
Besides motor and all you got in it.
The motor's a 548 Merlin with a ramjet injection on it. So
you don't put little motors on nothing, do you?
no, we can't. Don't need to do that.
You got a Peterbilt sitting out there. He's got a big motor too, ain't it? It ain't no big motor. All right. Now, who did your paint job on your 55?
Wayne Renard. He's the boy that works for me and done a super job on it.
Is that the one been doing a little buffing and all?
Yeah, that's the guy.
That rascal was getting it. I was down there early, and it was a spot on the coupe, and he was over there, and he said, I got that little spot, and I got to get it off. And he worked on it about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
He kept working this and working that. He just kept working on it. What made you, I know the bike, you're a veteran in that, what made you want to fix a 55? I know you say you've been in it, but, you know, there's a lot of 55s out there, but that's a little unique from most of them. What made you want to fix a 55 up?
Well, finding the car was the big thing, and finding the car that was so nice to start with. And then my wife actually owns the car, and so it's her car. It's a special date for her. You know, I'm not going to get into that because she'll hang me if I do. So
she's sitting. I don't see her sitting out there, so she can't get you. Well, see, he left it like that, and everybody sitting here knows.
Yeah.
We already know.
We know.
What
That's
you
it.
said. We know.
But I don't have to say anything.
You ain't got to say a word. We know already.
But anyway, we wanted to make something different. We wanted to make it be a little different than any of the other 55s that you're going to see. First of all, we did a complete billet grill for this car. My partner Eddie Stiles at Electrical Mechanical Technologies actually machined a 300-pound piece of aluminum into the grill, and he did the body side moldings, the brace under the hood, the special lights. There's a lot of things on this thing that we've done, and we named this car Illusion because you have to really look at the changes, because we made the changes to go with the actual 55 Chevrolet. We didn't put a grill in it that looked like an aftermarket grill. We actually took each point off of the original grill and tried to make it look like that. And a lot of people miss that when they see it because it looks so much like it. You know, you have to really look close to it and see what's going on.
So you can tell the difference.
That's right. Yeah.
How long did it take you to build a 55?
We worked on it a year. We did it pretty quick.
Now, you do a car in a year, you're moving.
Yeah.
You're working.
We did.
Because I have had one city, when I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, he had a limo. I mean, I think it was a 46 Chevrolet he made into a limo. and said his daughter wanted to ride in a limo for graduation. He couldn't afford to rent one. He built one, and this thing was gorgeous, and they built it in 6 months.
Wow.
And I said, how'd you do it? He said, oh, his wife was sitting there, and she said he's got the tuxedo and all. He gets into it. So, he actually drove. I like to drive my daughter on graduation too, so the guys wouldn't have to take a riding. But he actually built it in 6 months. But that 55 is just perfect. I've looked at it, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 days. It's perfect from front to rear. And a year, that's quick.
Yeah. But we had a good car to start with. That's the key.
A lot of them, when they start one and it's got dents or rust and all, you'll spend 6 months fixing the stuff that's bad to get started on doing what you want to do.
That's right.
Tell you what, good looking 55. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
Get you some more tea. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't want to miss the next one. I'm busy. You don't want to miss the next one because this thing is gorgeous, and you fixed it. And how long?
It was 3 years.
It took him longer, but you can see why in just a minute. We'll be right back.
Farmers and Merchants Bank. Farmers and Merchants Bank's got 4 locations to serve you: Piedmont, Anniston, Oxford, and downtown Jacksonville. 90 years of service. I'll tell you what, Farmers and Merchants Bank is the bank. It's not like any other bank around. You can go in and they get your decision today. They make your decision on a loan or whatever you need right in that location. You have a personal banker that takes care of you right here. Don't have to send it to Birmingham, Charlotte, or anywhere. Go by one of the Farmers and Merchants Bank today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. When someone smiles at you during the day, it kind of makes you feel great all over. Dr. Travis Phillips and his friendly staff right here in Oxford, Alabama says stop by their office and they'll help put that beautiful smile on your face. They have teeth whitening, general dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, dental hygienist, oral surgery, everything right here in Oxford, Alabama. He has full x-rays and partial x-rays that he does right in his office, and you'll find out right then what he needs to do. They got professional staff. They have a saying, go the extra mile for the beautiful smile. Stop by and tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. Time of year is when everybody's doing that touch-up on their vehicle, getting ready for next year. Well, I've got the place that has everything you need for any type of body repairs. Rosar Auto Paint Supply has the largest selection of pinstriping and molding in the area. They mix custom paint. They do custom paint matching. They have waxes, buffer pads. I mean everything. They're the largest auto paint distributor in Alabama with auto, industrial, and fleet paints. With 4 locations to serve you in Anniston, Birmingham, Coleman, and Tuscaloosa, there's a Rosar's close by. And with over 100 years of combined sales experience in their sales staff, they are simply the best. Stop by or call today and tell them I sent you by.
Mine, all mine. Next vehicle, 1937 Ford, Lou Winters. Lou, welcome to Big Boy. I have seen you somewhere before.
We've talked once before.
We've talked once before. All right, tell me about the 37. I told him it was coming. Tell me about this.
37's just a dream car for me. That's one that we really started on and tried to do the best we could do to make the best car that we could come up with. And a lot of our thoughts and time and efforts have gone into that car and just to make it what it is.
Tell me a little bit about the motor and all in this one.
Okay, the motor's a 502 with a round jet.
502, there it goes again. He likes them 500s, don't he? Is there anything on that motor that's not chrome?
Not that I know of.
Is there anything under that car that's not chrome?
There's a lot of chrome on it, yeah.
Now, this is one the guy was buffing on. I looked here and I looked there and I said, I believe the inside of the tailpipes is chrome. Everything is chrome on that car. It took, you said about 3 years to build this?
About 3 years. Everything is hand laid and made on that car. It's been pretty much a 3-year effort to get it done.
And you said something down early today that really impressed me because you've got a lot of good-looking cars, you've got a good-looking bike, but the stereo system in the 37. We had some high school kids in here earlier from one of the local high schools, and he got a stereo system that this thing is awesome in the back of his car. And he cut it on up here, and he's in the front. Back there in the back room, they was back there juking. I mean, it was that loud, and it was about 20 teenagers standing there looking. And you said that's why you done that.
That's exactly right.
Just for the teenagers, and all of them were sitting there taking pictures. I reckon they've never seen an old car with that in it.
That's it, because all the old cars that you ever go to, you raise the trunk, and it's got a trunk, you know. And we wanted to have something different for the kids. You know, all of their smaller cars, their foreign cars, all of them are stereo. You know, they want to see that. but we wanted to incorporate that in tastefully into the 37. So I would enjoy that car, and you'd enjoy it, but also the younger generation would hook up to that too. So.
And you younger generations, look at this thing. I was watching them earlier. They got buttons in there. He can push it, lift up the left side, lift up the right side, lift up the back, lift up the front. How many gadgets in that thing?
Well, there's about 10 or 12, I guess. So there's several.
And another question, everybody when I get home, they're going to watch this show and they're going to ask me, they're going to say, Barry, does he ever drive the motorcycle on the road? Does he ever drive them cars on the road? And the motorcycle you have, right?
The motorcycle we do. We ride it quite a bit, but it causes a lot of confusion. So we decided to show it because everybody wants to take a picture of it and wants to slow down and cause traffic jams. So
yeah, and you stop to get gas and it takes you 3 hours to pump 10 gallons.
everybody wants to talk.
Now the other two, you just mostly shows, right?
When we go to the show, even if we're at an outdoor show, we'll drive the car in and drive the car out.
Right.
You know, but we have not put them on the road yet to keep the rock pings and stuff, you know, down and not have to mess the paint up on them. So
Because they're painted. Now what color you call this?
this is a copper and platinum.
Copper and platinum. Did you just come up with the color scheme on it, or you wanted? Because a lot of the 37 you see are solid, one color.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of the two-tones.
Yeah.
I don't know. The shows I've been to, some of the big shows you go to, you might see a whole lot more, but most of them are solid.
Yeah. Well, we actually started. That car was a green, a Volkswagen green on top, and a platinum on the bottom. And the platinum on the bottom. And we felt that the copper would make it a little richer and more appealing for a lot of other people. But we actually changed colors a couple of times on that car to get what we wanted.
I know them teenagers loved it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, good-looking vehicle. All three of
Thank
them's
you.
good-looking. And I know the people here in Birmingham appreciate you coming, Sonny McLean, them coming, but most of the spectators, they love looking at these cars, and you've got some they want to look at, and we appreciate you coming.
Well, thank you very much. And every one of them's got hot flash on.
Oh, yeah, but got to get the hot flash. He's there. Old Fred in there looking at me. And the hot flash on this one, too, and that's what he put on this morning.
That's right.
Now, he buffed it out, and I watched him. And when I'm talking about hot flash, this stuff, if you can't find it nowhere in the store, don't go to AutoZone and get it. You've got to call me. We'll tell you where to get it. But you put it on everything.
We do. And once he showed us how good it worked,
And once
we're
you
a
put it
firm
on
believer
once,
of
you'll
it.
be calling them again.
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with Big Boyz Toyz.
Mine, all mine.
You know, 90% of most homeowners don't know they have a pest or termite problem until they have a very expensive repair bill. Why not let the professional staff at Rice Pest Control inspect your home before it happens? With 50 years of experience in Northeast Alabama and with their free termite inspection for new customers, don't you think it's better to be safe than sorry? Call Tracy Rice today or one of his sales staff. Tell him Barry Miller told you to call. Hey, if you mention Big Boyz Toyz, you get 50% off your first initial service. So call them today at 1-800-850-4661. Triplet Paint and Decorating right here on Wilmer Avenue in Anniston is your home improvement headquarters for this area. They have DeVoe, Benjamin Moore, and Coronado paints that go on good and look great once they're on. They also have all the materials needed to do that special job around the house. Carpets, they carry Shaw and Mohawk. Hardwood floors by Robin, so everything is in one location. Remember, DeVoe, Benjamin Moore, and Coronado paints are used by professionals all over the United States, and it's one of the best on the market. Stop by today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toyz told you to stop by. American Income Tax Service. They have electronic filing. They do individual and business tax filing. They have all the necessary paperwork right there. They do anticipation and refund loans right there at the American Income Tax Services. They have offices in Anniston, Gadsden, Gunnersville, Collinsville, Rainbow City, and Attala. They do all tax services right there in one place. Contact any of the associates at American Income Tax. Tell them you heard their ad on Big Boyz Toyz and you'd like them to fill out your taxes. Auto Unlimited in Moody and Pell City is your #1 headquarters for most any type of add-ons to your vehicle. From the famous Flowmaster exhaust system to wheels, tires, anything that will make that vehicle catch everyone's eye. They do custom upholstery, painting, and classic car restoration. So from bumper to bumper, John and his staff can make that old clunker look like a brand new vehicle. Stop by or call in today and tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toyz told you to call. stay in time with person's vehicles, their pride and joy, and when you want to add special accessories to that pride and joy, I know the place you need to go. Cutting Edge Auto Performance on Hammock Drive in Oxford is a one-stop headquarters for all these accessories. They carry JVC, Power Base, and Kenwood, and can order any stereo brand that's out there on the market. They also have performance parts for trucks such as toolboxes, grills, tunnel covers, and bed liners. Window tinting, they're number one in this area in window tinting. They also install remote starts and alarms for all vehicles. Hey, and the great part is professional installation on everything they sell. Stop by their showroom today or call them and tell them Barry Miller sent you by. Oxford Picture Framing, 919 Snow Street, right here in Oxford, Alabama, is your number one location for that special framing of anything that is dear and special to you. With over 1,000 frames, anything that can be framed, she can frame it. From graduations, weddings, to the new arrival to the family, she's the one to take it to. They can preserve and seal most any type of items for the special shadow boxes that will stay like new for years to come. Stop by or call Allison today at 835-2780 and tell you heard about her on Big Boyz Toys. Ray City Diner, exit 168 off of I-20 on Highway 77 right there in Lincoln, Alabama. Best steaks around. I tell you what, Wanda McKeag and her staff have great food in this restaurant. They are open 24 hours a day, breakfast served 24 hours a day. Each and every week, steak special. You guys working down in that area, she has lunch specials each and every day. Also, now through October, bike night every Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Tuesday night. You guys bring the bikes out, listen to music, enjoy the great food. We'll see you at Ray City Diner in Lincoln, Alabama.
Next vehicle, Rich and Paige Udale, not Odell, Udale, 1932 Ford Roadster. You've got to be rich. Hey, Paige, how are you? Tell me a little bit about the Roadster. I know you said y'all were showing it for someone else. Tell me about it.
Yes, the Roadster is a Southern car. It's from Nashville, Tennessee. Steve and Sherry Tracy from Advanced Plating own the car. The car was built by this year's Trendsetter of the Year, Jesse Greening, out of a little community outside of Coleman, Alabama. And the car is basically so interesting because it has 2,473 plated pieces on the car. The entire engine is plated, the transmission is plated, and the entire frame. And the thing that is so unique about it is the frame is a racing style frame, and it is all modular. So they've chromed and plated the frame rails, and then everything else is mechanically fastened, and all the fasteners on the car are specially machined for this car. The car itself is, the doors have been extended 2 inches, the cowl 2 inches, and the only thing that's from an original car is the trunk lid and part of the cowl. The rest of the body has been manufactured by hand by this young man out of the South.
Okay. Now, this car has been in several shows this year, too, right?
Yes, it has. This car, this will be the 7th show. It has won 6 shows, and it has won the Millwinder Award, which is the first show of the season in Houston, Texas, which is a very coveted award, and the Legends Award in Chicago, which is this absolutely incredible trophy, 6.5 feet tall, and this is the first winner of that particular award, and it is a very coveted award. It's, in my opinion, equal to the Riddler Award.
Paige, what do you think about going to the shows and people looking at the cars? Because this lady's been wiping on this car for the last 8 hours. I've watched her from when I got here this morning, and she was under
But I get my nails done.
Yeah, and look here. Oh, Greg, look at that. Look at them nails. And she was all up on there wiping and rubbing, and she's been going all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing it too, but she's right there with him. And I got a truck coming up in a minute. He was up on top, and his wife was up under the bottom. I said, check that out.
It's the people we show with, the camaraderie. That's part of it. The car is part of it. The show is part of it. The people come into the show. The great sounds that you hear out there.
Well, and I tell people all the time
We
on the
love
show,
it.
this show is so big and doing so great because we filming a lot of the cruise in.